Hey everyone, Anthony Venuto here with InTouch Mortgage Solutions. It's Friday, Finance Fridays, and on this episode, we're going to talk about firm offers and what you need to do or what you can do to go from a conditional offer into a firm one. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. For those of you watching on the Santo Sessa YouTube real estate channel, once again, thank you for your support and thank you for your comments. Don't forget to leave those comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. And if you want to book a free consultation with myself or Santo, you can do that also in the description box below. But now, back to the video. On this week's episode, I want to take an opportunity to go over a particular story, a scenario of how we helped clients go from a conditional offer into a firm offer and help them understand the solutions and options available. Now, obviously for every particular scenario, each client is individual, so it is a case-by-case example. And I'll go through some of the options and solutions that we provided to this client, and maybe you may find yourself in a similar situation, and now you can be armed with some additional resources. So first and foremost, as the market continues to shift, we are seeing it slide into a seller's market. We're seeing home prices come up. We are still facing lower than expected inventories, 20-year lows on new listings. And this is obviously having an impact on home prices as many individuals are finding themselves competing in multiple offers with offer presentation nights. And especially on these desirable homes, on these starter homes, priced properly, there's a lot of attention. And we're starting to see this happen. So we had a particular client, a young couple, new to Canada, and they were looking to purchase a home. And they were currently renting, and what ended up happening was that their existing landlord was going to be moving in, their family was going to be moving into the property. So they had given the client a move-out date, and over the last few months, the client has been attempting to purchase a home. So they definitely have the 20%. They have the capacity, the income. We've done the pre-approval. Everything is perfect on that end. The clients were a little bit apprehensive about going into a firm offer because they just had 20%. They didn't have any co-signers or anyone to back them up. They didn't have a large amount of reserve funds in the event that the appraisal came in lower. So based on their scenario, they did not want to enter into a firm purchase agreement, and we advised them of the same situation. We did advise them though, if they want to, look at the options or explore the options of going into a firm offer, that we need to do some additional steps. And at the particular time when they started their journey, the market had shifted. They were able to put in conditional offers, and they didn't end up liking, or they ended up walking away from some of these homes based on inspection, some of the deficiencies in the home. And as they continued on the path, the market shifted, and then they were finding themselves losing out to firm offers, and even about $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 shy of the actual sale price. And even in some cases, they were actually putting in a little bit more than the firm offer, but because their offer was conditional, well, the sellers ended up going with the firm offer. So they sat down with us and we said, look, Anthony, we need to figure out a way to get through and get a firm offer, because it seems to me that the homes in that particular area, the sellers are looking for firm agreements. And this is obviously what we're seeing happening. Now, it's important to understand that this is for an offer night. So the solutions that we're providing are for an offer night that's prepared to go into multiple offers, as there's potentially could be several offers registered on the property. If you're in a position where you're going into a home that does not or is not set up for multiples, it's just basically listed, well, this may not work. So what ended up happening is we said to the client, look, you go look at the house. They went last week. They went right away as soon as they saw the listing. They reached out to the real estate professional. They set up the appointment. They went through. The following day, we ended up ordering an appraisal on the property. We had the pre-approval lined up with the lender. We went to the lender's approved list of appraisers, and we ordered a draft copy so that we can get an idea of exactly where that property is, what the cost is. And the reason why this worked for our clients and the reason why we wanted that extra layer of protection was because when speaking with the realtor, that particular property doesn't have any current comparables. So comparables meaning that home is for sale, but the last sales in that area in a specific geographical location have been or had taken place several months ago, in a different market. So the most recent property would be that particular one. And they were not very confident, the real estate agent, was not 100% sure on where that property would end up on the appraisal side. Obviously, we know the market, the expectations of what the market could provide for that listing, but the appraiser is a different end, it's a different entity. So we said, look, let's take a stab at it. Let's add this extra cost in. Yes, it may cost you a couple $100 to get this appraisal done. But with that being completed ahead of the offer night, the clients are able to see exactly how the lender would perceive the property. What's the value, right? And that helps the client also start their journey knowing exactly where that property will come in at. So when the financing clauses would have been there, right, because we're trying to remove them now, well, they know that the lender is going to see that appraisal and those values are going to align. But it also helps the client be prepared in the event that there are multiple offers. And if they needed to supersede that appraisal, well, what would the cost to them be? How would that end up looking if they wanted to go maybe $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000 more than the appraised value? We're able to determine that with the clients and work out a scenario like to find out exactly how much money they would need to come up with. And obviously explaining to the client saying, look, in this particular scenario, we know you have 20%. What does that 20% work out to if the value comes in at X or the value comes in at Y? And how long is the closing going to be? Is it going to give you the runway to save that additional funds or to put that money aside? How much money is going to be actually put into the actual offer? Because remember, the lenders are going to use the appraised value, not the purchase price. You can still buy at the purchase price, but the lender is going to assess the value at the appraised value, and especially because the clients are putting in 20%, well, they need to meet that minimum, and anything above that is obviously going to have to come out of the client's pocket because they are agreeing to buy the property firm at that particular price. And by avoiding the situation where we have to order an appraisal down the road after they've purchased it, we've done that preemptively. And it gives the clients this opportunity or this safety net to feel more comfortable because that is the same lender, same appraisal company, the two merged together, we're good. It's like presenting the deal to a lender, firm, appraisal is already done, documentation is already collected. Basically, they can get this deal done, everything's set to go. We've reviewed all the down payment, everything is prepared and ready to go. Now, as I said, this is a particular scenario where the client was willing to bear that cost for the appraisal in order to ensure that they had the security to go into a firm offer knowing the value and knowing their strategies, as opposed to not knowing what that property would appraise at and gambling with the outcome, not knowing that if it's $50,000 short or $70,000 short, even $20,000 short, what that would look like in regards to their numbers. So we were able to give them that confidence and that support. Along with these clients prepared the deposit on the behest of the real estate agent to say, look, when we go there, you're gonna go in firm. Now you're gonna have your deposit check in hand for a minimum of 5% of the purchase price. If you wish to add a letter from the buyers to the sellers, we can do that. And the clients ended up winning the offer. They ended up getting it for a good price in comparison to the other offers that were on the table, and the clients were all in a good position. So obviously this was a case that worked out. Sometimes the appraisal may not come in time. So obviously getting ahead of the situation, knowing that this is a property that you like as soon as possible, because it can take anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 days for that appraisal to come in. You may have to order a rush appraisal at an additional cost. But obviously, this is something that you as a potential buyer may want to explore moving forward. So if you found this video helpful, and if you came into the video and you learned something maybe you didn't know, we invite you to hit the like, share, and that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comments section below. And if you have any questions about a pre-approval or the strategies we used in this video, feel free to reach out to our team here at InTouch Mortgage Solutions and we'll be more than happy to help you. But we'll leave the video here, wishing everyone a wonderful Friday and an even better weekend ahead. Thanks for clicking, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.